students, faculty, staff, and members of the Kansas State community. It is my honor to introduce you to an accomplished higher education executive, Dr. Richard Linton, as the 15th president of Kansas State University. Dr.
Today on MHK All Day, find out what made our newly elected K-State president stand out among other candidates. Next, a Christmas cookie recipe that will get you in the holiday spirit. And later, we'll take a look at how one K-State athletic program earned their first postseason appearance since 2016. All this and more coming up on MHK All Day. Good morning, and welcome back to the final show of this year for MHK All Day. I'm Zach Perez. Thanks for joining us today. It's been a wild end of the week for some recent announcements at K-State. After a national search, the Kansas Board of Regents voted to approve Dr. Richard Linton, the Dean of Agriculture and Life Sciences at North Carolina State, as the 15th K-State University president. Linton was found after a national search and introduced at a Kansas Board of Regents open meeting on Thursday. Linton has been a dean of NC State for about a decade. He plans to take over as president in mid-February. Linton replaces retiring President General Richard B. Myers, who will step down early next year. Reporter Dawson Wagner was at the announcement and has more on K-State's newest president.
The motion carries.
With the Kansas Board of Regents voting unanimously on Thursday, December 2nd, to select Dr. Richard Linton as the next president of Kansas State University, I wanted to see what attributes he's bringing to the table.
We loved his experience with a land-grant institution. We were very impressed with his work as the Dean of Agriculture, given that agriculture is one of the strengths at Kansas State University. And we think that he brings some strength with research and with fundraising in the field of agriculture that will help K-State become a leader in that industry.
I mean, I think he is exactly right for K-State. I couldn't be happier. I don't know him well yet, although we had a nice conversation. The vibes I get is he's going to be perfect for this university, and will take it places that we couldn't take it to this point, but he'll take it even higher.
And once I get here, the most important thing I can do out of the gates is to listen and learn and understand the culture, understand the excitement, so I can start thinking about how I can help this university move forward.
So with impressive qualifications in agriculture and food science, Linton is set to arrive on February 14th of 2022 to begin his time as the next president of Kansas State. And for the last time, I'm Dawson Wagner for MHK All Day.
The Manhattan Afghan Resettlement Team has continued looking for volunteers over the last few months. Christian Watkins is the communications chair of the team and has provided insight into the diverse volunteers of the group.
Really diligent in our efforts to make sure that Afghan voices are represented very visibly in the leadership of what's happening, so that it's led by folks who have had this experience before. It's very important to us, and I think it means that when we're thinking about how to welcome families to the community, we're able to do that on cultural terms from Afghanistan, rather than thinking about like, what does it mean to be resettled in Kansas? And I've never lived in Afghanistan, for example, so we're really diligent about that.
Reporter Kate Kennedy was back in Aggieville this week to ask residents their thoughts on these refugees coming to Manhattan.
We're back in Aggieville today to ask Manhattan residents their thoughts on the resettlement of Afghan refugees in their community. Following recent events, many families are fleeing from Afghanistan and seeking asylum all across the United States.
I know there's 120 potential folks, maybe up to 50 families.
I don't know much about it, honestly, but I mean, I think it's a good thing. I think that anyone should be welcomed anywhere.
Refugees from anywhere, I think they should definitely be welcome to the States. Here's why. Me, myself, you can tell, I serve in this nation, been doing it for 9 years, and I'm actually a refugee myself.
As a child of immigrant parents, They were welcomed in their community, and they had a great experience. So
America gave me the opportunity to give back to the country, and I have. And I think we have the platform to do so. We should definitely extend that.
I think it's okay. It shouldn't really be a point of conflict. You need help someone out. And that's sort of our role in this community, and sort of what small town America is all about, is helping out your neighbor. And yeah,
I feel great about it. I think it's one of the great things about Riley County is it's a bit more diverse than your typical sort of middle of Kansas county because of K-State, and it's awesome to have lots of different perspectives and different folks here.
At the end of the day, it's not where you're from. It's that we're just all God's people. I'm a man of Christ. And being his children, we should definitely extend a hand. Don't look for where someone's coming from, just look for who they are.
I think it'll make a big positive impact, because it'll bring to light sort of how we can be open and sort of be helpful, and sort of hopefully show the rest of at least America what being helpful to other people is.
Communities are stronger when there's lots of perspectives and there's lots of different ideas that get brought to the table. New businesses that can get created, different ways of thinking about ones that are here. So, it's the great thing about America, and I'm glad to have them.
With approximately 100 refugees set to arrive in Manhattan in the following months, the Manhattan Afghan Resettlement Team is working hard to provide adequate housing and services for the new residents in our community. For MHK All Day, I'm Kate Kennedy.
Coming up next, are you feeling festive? Next, we'll learn a holiday cookie recipe that will rock your Christmas party. That and more up next.
Front has kind of moved into the stadium. Beautiful day, and music's loud. The fans are on their feet.
Wilden crushes it to left, and K-State leads 8-1. The 1-2 is swing and a miss. Brings it to the center. Long run for Birds. He can't get there. K-State has added 5 here this 6th inning.
For the last segment of Bernie Say What, at least on MHK All Day, Bernie helps us start off our holidays right with this whimsical-looking cookie that is guaranteed to bring some Christmas cheer.
Bernie say, woo! Welcome to the show that inspires, aspires, and speaks with fire. And this week on Bernie Say, what? We'll be baking holiday cookies on our segment, Baking with B. So, first, you'll need all your dry ingredients right here and all your wet ingredients right here. So you'll need, so right here you see me freeze frame. So what you want to do is take a pause to this video so that you can see all the ingredients that you need, and I'm going to voice over the rest of this. I also got this recipe from Delish, so if you want to look that recipe up, it's the Christmas pinwheel cookies from Delish. So let's get into it. So first, you see me right here mixing all the dry ingredients together. So you're going to need 2 1/4 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And that's kind of what I'm doing, mixing it all together, making sure it's all thoroughly mixed in. And then next right here, you see me mixing in 2 sticks of butter with granulated sugar, and I'm beating it. And then I'm adding in 1 large egg, and I'm going to mix all that together. So I have my dry ingredients and my wet ingredients, and I'm just mixing it all nice and thoroughly. And the butter is also softened, if I didn't say it before. And then boom, now we just mix all of that together so I can make the dough. I also added 3/4 tablespoon of almond extract, and boom, now you got cookie dough. So now you see me splitting the dough in half to start to make our pinwheel Christmas cookie, and I'm gonna throw it in a bowl, and then I'm going to add our red food coloring. So I decided to do red and green, even though the recipe only calls for red. So I got my Grinch green and my ripe red, my Christmas red, okay? And then now you see me kind of rolling it into a log because the recipe calls for you to sit the dough in the refrigerator overnight to get it all stiff and stuff. It's kind of looking like Play-Doh right now. And I'm like playing with it to roll it up to make those beautiful swirls. You want to get it nice and tight as well. And then now you see me kind of rolling it out because if I would have left them that thick, after I cut them like that, it would have like rolls like that and bake like that. And then the recipe calls for sprinkles, but they're optional, so you can and cannot. As y'all can see, I got them kind of set up. And even if you want to like take your favorite Christmas plate and kind of set it up on some cookies for Santa, because I think these are great. Pair it with your favorite Christmas cup, your favorite Christmas drink, you know, got my little milk on the side. And we just gonna try it out. So I'm gonna try the one with the sprinkles, you know, and then, ooh, nice and fluffy. A little bit. And the sprinkles add a nice little crunch, which I like. I'm a very textured person. Take my little milk. Yeah, this is good. So I hope y'all enjoy these Christmas cookies, the recipe that I did. And I'll see y'all. Actually, this is the last Brittany Say What episode. So I know it's like, what? Like, Brittany Say What? So y'all have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all later.
Coming up, we'll take a look at sports, and we'll take a look at one K-State athletic program's surprise invite to the national tournament as they hope for a postseason success.
Attention, the pride of Wildcat Land, the Kansas State University Marching Band.
Great environment it is here at Hillside Kansas City. It's time for MHK All. This is MJ. This atmosphere is just different.
The one, the only, the pride of Wildcat Land, the Kansas State University Marching Band.
I actually started out in mechanical engineering, and I realized that I liked a lot more of the sciences and chemistries and biology classes that came with engineering. So then I decided to try out chemical engineering first, and I really enjoyed chemical engineering. The engineering degree also opens a lot of opportunities into other fields. I'm hoping to go to law school after I graduate to study patent law. It's a really good opportunity to take what you would learn with your engineering degree and apply it more so in a law or government-based application.
What the radio station has done for me, it has allowed me to use my public speaking capabilities and provide it into a entertaining way. I would say the fact that most of the classes I've taken have not just been fluff, like they feel like they've actually prepared me for the world. If all things go well, working there might have gotten me a job.
Welcome back to MHK All Day. The K-State women's basketball team is off to a 7-1 start to the season and have yet to lose a game at home, most recently earning a 78-57 win over North Dakota State. The team will be back in action tonight in Columbia, South Carolina to take on the #1 ranked Gamecocks. Junior Ayoka Lee is coming off a performance where she recorded a career-high 8 blocks, and the team is currently ranked 13th nationally for their play on the defensive end of the floor.
I think it's just like all of us coming out and like having that collective effort and like knowing my teammates. Like Brian, I know she's gonna lock up, and that's one thing that like we can build momentum from and like play off of. And yeah, so I think just continuing to do that has been really good, and it's been really fun to be on that end of the floor with them.
And tonight, the K-State volleyball team will take on the Florida State Seminoles in the first round of the NCAA volleyball tournament in Lincoln, Nebraska. The program has an all-time record of 2-1 against the Seminoles, but this will be the first time they have squared off in the postseason.
Coach Susie Fritz and the volleyball team narrowly missed the NCAA tournament last season. However, this year was a different story, and she says that it's an exciting time for the team.
Really excited for the team and really proud of them. Last year, they reduced the field 48 and we were the 49th team. But we have an opportunity to finish the season as we had hoped.
Fritz says that there was some concern about the team's postseason status after a tough end to the season.
We were very concerned after a very difficult 6-game stretch about the position that we had put ourselves in and whether our value would be seen and recognized to give us a chance to go.
She also credits the difficult Big 12 schedule that they played as a great preparation tool for what lies ahead.
We're battle tested. I know that. We should feel like we can compete with just about anybody. I think the Big 12 strength of schedule this year really helped not just us, but a lot of the teams in the conference. The Big 12 got 7 teams in. In all honesty, the strength of the schedule kind of lifted us up and gave us an opportunity.
This will be the program's first appearance in the NCAA tournament since 2016, meaning the current senior class has never had the opportunity of playing postseason volleyball.
It's really meaningful for our seniors, for our whole team to have this experience. And in the Big 12, we have played consecutive semesters. So we played fall, we played spring, and we doubled back and played again to stay together in this climate and for that long, and the level that we have had to work at for a really long time has been significant. It feels like a celebration of their careers, of all the work that they've been putting in for months, in some cases years.
For Coach Fritz, she says that being consistent has been an issue all season, and it will take a complete match to beat Florida State and advance in the tournament.
It's just about our ability to execute, play under pressure, be at your best when your best is required. We have to be the best version of ourselves. We've got to find some level of consistency going into the Florida State match. We've got to play our off. If we do that on Friday, then we'll see where it takes us.
With the win today, the Volley Cats would then go on to face the winner of the Nebraska and Campbell match. The match today is set for 4:30 p.m. with the action streaming on ESPN+. Elsewhere, the K-State men's basketball team has rebounded with 2 straight victories after losing to Arkansas and Illinois at the Hall of Fame Classic in Kansas City. On Wednesday night, the Cats beat Albany 71-43 and have now held 2 straight opponents under 50 for the first time in 6 years. Up next for the team is a game at Wichita State on Sunday.
It's a huge game for us. They're good. We also went there because of our Wichita fans, and to be an interest allows some opportunity for our people to come. So I know COVID's still a threat for some people to go to games, but we hope we have a great crowd there. It's a great game. We're going to have to play with some toughness on Sunday to find a way to win.
The K-State football team ended their regular season on the road Saturday with a 22-17 loss to Texas. Backup quarterback Will Howard got the start in place of an injured Skylar Thompson and was held to 65 yards passing. The Cats are bowl eligible and will play one final game this season. The location and opponent will be released on Sunday. And finally, with the help of one former K-State baseball player, K-State Athletics will be able to put programs into place to help student-athletes with their mental health and well-being. Officially announced in September, Ike and Letty Evans donated an $11.5 million gift to help fund the Evans Competitive Advantage program. The program will also help student-athletes develop post-college career plans.
Preparing them for the business world, preparing their resumes, making sure they had programming while they were here to help them mature and grow, and then certainly the mental health side and the opportunities to have support systems there. So we have one psychologist now, we're going to be able to have 2, and then the programming, more importantly, to have the staff to be able to put those programs together is really going to be important.
That's all we have for sports this week, but stay right there because up next, host Zach Perez travels to Kansas City to speak with the man who may just be the next American Idol.
I actually started out in mechanical engineering, and I realized that I liked a lot more of the sciences and chemistries and biology classes that came with engineering. So then I decided to try out chemical engineering first, and I really enjoyed chemical engineering. The engineering degree also opens a lot of opportunities into other fields. Hoping to go to law school after I graduate to study patent law is a really good opportunity to take what you would learn with your engineering degree and apply it more so in a law or government-based application.
What the radio station has done for me, it has allowed me to use my public speaking capabilities and provide it into a entertaining way. I would say the fact that most of the classes I've taken have not just been fluff, like they feel like they've actually prepared me for the world. If all things go well, working there might have gotten me a job.
MHK All Day. For our final broadcast, I took a trip to Kansas City to learn how a former K-State student is finding success in a recording studio and on our television screens. Let's head into the garage one last time to meet the man who might just be America's next idol.
Feeling like her get close to me and I should've known better.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Garage. We are filming from a bit of a special location because we've got a bit of a special guest. My guest this week is Ben Shavrit. He is a former K-State student, and there's some other titles that I wanted to give you as well, but that, I think it's better that we just get to know you a little bit throughout the interview, if that's all right with you.
Oh, that's why I'm here.
In terms of just your work as a musician, can you kind of give the people just a little bit of an overview in terms of, what you've been doing and specifically like what kind of music you make specifically?
Yeah. So my music it's like a alt indie pop kind of thing. I've got kind of the side of, maybe more John Mayer or like John Bellion stuff, or like more acoustic fingerstyle, sad boy hours kind of deal. And then on the other side, I kind of have more of a Charlie Puth vibe, or more, more poppy, more punchy stuff you want to dance to. But it all kind of fits in that same acoustic, friendly, warm environment.
I know you've put out several EPs, singles. I can remember still I met you right after you put out your first single.
Oh
I think.
My God.
Yeah. What was it? Is it Should Have Known Better? Was that
was a while? Yeah, that was
yeah.
That's over 2 years ago.
Yeah. So is there anything that you're working on right now in terms of projects, albums, singles, anything like that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So earlier in the year in January, I put out my first EP, my first full EP, I should say. And that was a ride. I got to, I played for KHL, I played for, opened for Spencer Sutherland and all that stuff. And I got to really show that off. I've been playing shows in Kansas City. But right now, dude, inside scoop. So I have 2 songs that are 80% done, that I'm almost ready to put out. And I've also been collaborating with these great guys in LA called Code Pink Music. And we have 2 and almost 3 songs now that we're just ready to release the Kraken onto the public. Yeah, so we're really excited to put those out. Those are almost done. I literally just got a demo this morning, and he was like, "Look at it, tell me what you think." And I was like, "I love it, please put it out." So we're pumped for that one.
When you played that show at K-State for Wildstock and Spencer Sutherland, we introduced you as a possible contestant on American Idol. And based on the conversation we had before this interview, it sounds like there's a story to this whole situation.
There is a story.
Do you want to tell me that story?
There is a story. I'm a storyteller.
All right, go ahead. Tell the story then.
I auditioned originally, so I should say I didn't audition. I had one of the casting directors hit me up on Instagram, and he DM'd. He was like, "I saw your videos. My girlfriend sent me one of your recent covers, and I want you to audition." And I was like, "Cool, this is awesome. I'm still friends with this guy."
Yeah.
And we started talking, working together, picking out songs to work on. And eventually, we got to the point where I was like, it's time. You're ready. I auditioned for the first round. They put me through. I auditioned for the second round. They put me through. And then I got to audition for the executive producer of American Idol, Megan. And she was lovely. It was great to talk to her. But I had planned this whole thing. I was wearing a costume. I was wearing actually that Flash costume, so I looked like the Daredevil of pop. It was kind of what I was presenting there. And I auditioned, and she was like, "Loved it. It's great. I'll talk to you later." and then didn't hear a word for 2 months. And then I talked to the casting director again, and he was like, just audition again. Go into open auditions, you'll get it. And I was like, okay. So I went into open auditions, I went through the first round, I went through the second round, and then they pushed me through to the executive producer again. And I was like, hey Megan, good to see you again. Can I audition again? She's like, yeah, go for it. And I was like, cool. So I did my audition. She's like, I loved it. I'll talk to you soon.
Follow Ben on Instagram to find more information on his previous and upcoming projects. Now for our final show of the semester, we thought we'd do something special. With us today, we have Aaron Julian from the band The Same Sounds. And The Same Sounds will be playing a show next Friday, December 10th, at the Hat in Aggieville. With 5 acts, it's set to be one of Manhattan's biggest lineups in recent history. But before I hand it over to Aaron, I wanted to say, on behalf of all of us here at MHK All Day, thank you for letting us inform and entertain you this semester. We've greatly appreciated your viewership and support. But with that, I'll hand it over to Aaron.
Like he said, I'm Aaron from Same Sounds. We're playing the show next Friday at the 10th, and we're playing the show tonight at the New Orleans. It should come out. The song's called Balance. Broken heart, always get pulled by shots out in my